fucking bait and switch bullshit. You buy unlimited everything, and then they go, no, well, it depends if you're not on tier number what, $60 more a month. Oh, really? So I'm in the house. It should be okay. I'm on the Wi-Fi. So thanks for the contribution to the gentleman or gentlewoman that did that. This is a live chat, and so, yay, I'm back. Hi. All right. So it's a good topic, so I wanted to do it. I thought I could walk up the street and do it, but anyway. And I'm not patient with fucking bait and switch tactics, bullshit, old world crap, all that. That sucks, you know? Fuck you. So telling people and things and whatever deceptive practices to fuck off, beautiful. And conversely, telling people like I love Cafe Jose. Here's a little greasy spoon place in Sedona. I love them. They're so friendly and sweet and nice. And then you go to the fancy, super duper spiritual restaurant. They're fucking assholes. You know, becoming naturally honest is very, very helpful. Being naturally honest. That's when you get what you want. You're not sold by shiny objects, fake advertising. I've been joking about it. That Google, I'll charge them $500,000 to share with them the ultimate marketing technique. The ultimate marketing technique. The ultimate way. After studies of 60 years of Madison Avenue studies and Bernays, the original advertiser and propagandist, we've come up with the ultimate marketing thing. But it's $500,000 for me to come and talk. I'm telling you, Google, if you work with Google, bring me. I'll share it with you. $500,000 though for you guys. Why? Because you charge according. This is free. And I really appreciate if you support this with a live chat with some dollars, you know, be great. That's what kept this going. Volunteerism. Volunteerist consumerism, yes. I'll get off this in a minute and get to the topic. But so the ultimate technique is to be honest, naturally responsive. Your dogs, Allie, Gabby are right here with me, and your kids are still naturally, they respond naturally. And slowly you become just to deceive and put on a good face. Image consultant from Hollywood. Right? Image, worship. Talk about a fallen fucking idol. Graven idols. And we wonder why LA's turning into a cesspit with 100,000 homeless people and thousands of needles in the street and people actually shitting in the streets. Could it be because the image worship is over here and the backside, the astral shit on the back end is literally people shitting in the streets. Jeez, I'm turning into Paul Joseph Watson here all of a sudden, if you don't know who he is. It's just, you know, that's negative. So anyhow, part of integrating ourselves, what we're dealing with is so clear. I was just feeling it this morning. I've been telling you guys too, going through a couple of years of fucking clear out, Kundalini clearing. I'm dealing with like my muscles are gone. I've lost 20 pounds. All my image is going away, right? The humbling, the humiliation, same word, humiliation, humbling, humus of the earth, humus, you know, humble. And so yeah, I'll call Verizon and yell at them and say, look, that's fucking deceptive. And I'll tell you, maybe if I stay with you, as soon, in fact, there's something else better. I got to talk to my daughter-in-law about that. Kundalini. Goddess Kunti, please help. Goddess Kunti, please see, helping us. Yes, thank you. Finally, the shit's getting fucking real. Right? Are we going to finally accept Goddess Kunti and Kali? Right? She bleeds. Oh my God, that's horrible. Come on. Right? I love them, my daughter. We don't spay these girls. Why would I want to cut their uterus out and fuck them up their hormones for life? This is fucking insane. They bleed whenever, and it's not normal. It's not every predictable, and they go in it together. Yeah. My solution, if we're not going to pay attention, is I'll take Bentley and I talk to a really cool vet who grew up in Montana on a cattle ranch, so he's used to working with animals in a practical way. And, pretty soon they're going to have fucking psychotropic, antidepressants for dogs. They probably still do. I probably haven't heard of it yet. Anyway, I asked him, could we give Bentley a vasectomy? We're not cutting his nuts off. We're not pulling that away. It's horrible for their bone loss, I mean, people are waking up to it now, finally. Yeah, you got to watch them. You can't let them create puppies willy-nilly. But with him, he said, I hadn't thought of that. I'm like, yeah, it shouldn't be that hard, right? Other vets are like, oh, no, you got to remove everything. It's just the way it's always been done. That's the truth. What I got learned in veterinary school. We have to cut the whole ball sack off or the whole uterus has to come out. Really? How about we do that to you? See how well you function. Exactly. Same for us humans. All right, random access here. Anyway, so he's I love him and his wife. They're like, yeah, he just shouldn't be that hard. Castrated a bunch of cats. I know where the parts are. It's a dog. We can do it, Yeah, sometimes you have to. Yeah, there you go. There's a time for everything. If your dog needs to be calmed down, you can't handle it, that's fine. These are golden retrievers. They're sweetie pies. They're so friendly. It's fine. Anyhow, back to the topic. See if I can remember it. Galactic soul retrieval, galactic pieces. So at this time on Earth, I'm going through shit. Yesterday was a fucking rough day, man. He had beautiful dog balls. It's funny. And it's overwhelming. And so it's happening to a lot of souls, this Kundalini, the ascension process. Like I said in the earlier video, I'll leave that little snippet up. I don't know what happened, if it survived or not. But I used to think if we just get enough Shaktipat and enough good vibe going, and towards the end there when I was doing groups, and I might still do them, we'll see if Spirit says, all right, let's go back to it. But it's going to have a different tenor, a different flavor. I used to think if we just get enough Shaktipat, Shakti is the power, the soul power, the Kundalini, and with masters, it effervesces off of them. It's sort of like you touch the hem of the robe of Jesus and, whoa, I got healed. There's juice coming through these guys, shamans, Buddha, Jesus, all of them. And masters. There's lots of human masters too that you don't hear about a lot. They wisely stay kind of incognito. I'm the only idiot that puts my face out here. Not the only one, but I'm working that out. So then I realized it doesn't really stick when you Shaktipat people. There's one particularly here in Sedona, and some of you might remember this if you were there, where we got the whole room filled up. And people were like, whoa. Now normally when that would happen, people would go to sleep, like you get knocked out. The juice is so strong. Still happens to me when they need to heal me, when my helpers, I'm assigned to a special unit because I need extra help. When they come in and ray me, sort of like these big ray guns, from fourth and fifth dimensions or whatever, sixth, seventh, eighth dimension, you often go out, you go to sleep, but it's not really a sleep. It's like you're in an altered state. That used to happen, and people would go to sleep, or they get knocked out. They wouldn't remember. It'd be like missing time for people. Or they go, I was somewhere, but I can't remember where I was. Well, towards the end here in Sedona, we're doing it, people stayed conscious. There were like 10, 12 people, and everyone's conscious, and the juice is coming in the room. Whoa. The scientist guy's like, wow, what's happening? Everybody could feel it. The doctor says, Tobias, you got to stop this. It's making me really nervous and uncomfortable, right? And I'm like, no, you can step outside on the porch. But this is for the group, And it really helped. It did a lot. And it's very healing and very exciting, but it's kind of a high. It's like, weekend seminar high. And that, you get really high and feel really juiced, which is great. There's nothing wrong with that. But it's not, you can't do Diksha, you're enlightened now. one session, one weekend, Thursday night, and we do the Diksha healing. No, it's not going to work. But it's good. You understand? I'm not saying not to go do that. That's the honeymoon period. That's the pink cloud period where your God is seducing you, Source is seducing you, Mother is seducing you, saying, here's where you're going to end up. And that it's called the honeymoon period with gurus, real teachers, and your own path. I can't tell you how many people I've had sessions with that I was a yoga teacher for 20 years. I don't even know fucking do that shit. I just want to go drink a beer and have some jerk Jamaican chicken. I don't fuck the vegetarian thing. Why is this happening? Like why people that have been on the spiritual path for a long time are all of a sudden, it looks like they're backsliding or reverting. You're not. You're accessing these suppressed pieces of yourself, galactic pieces. The Orion Wars, blowing up Maldek, reptilian battles over in the Andromeda galaxy, right? And so this is normal on the path of real integration. I don't call it ascending so much anymore. Ascending. I want to send my ass out of here. And God, I never want to come back to Earth. This place sucks. How is that different than abandoning the inner cities in America and letting it just turn to shit? Let's move out to the gated communities in heaven. Doesn't work. Because you meet your soul on the other side and you go, oh, I see. I need to go back and reintegrate those pieces of myself, right? And that's a motherfucker. It's scary. It's the dark night of the soul. And there's layers of it, So I call it more, there you go. Yeah, and so there's layers of this. Now your soul, often your personality is like, what the fuck is wrong with me? I don't have the energy I used to, or nothing is exciting anymore. All normal sort of expanding beyond your persona. Yeah, remember, exactly. Put yourself back together, reintegrating. And I'm going to plug in the phone here, because knowing we might run out of juice. Hang on. Should have done that before. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So reintegrating these galactic soul pieces, you're going to be recapitulating your past on one style. Exactly. And you're going to feel crazy at times. You're going to feel like, wow. Because you are literally what in the past we used to, these are all my ideas of it, but what I see and sense. I'm not saying that's all right and the same for every other soul. We used to have to die. Like you'd reach the end of an incarnation, you go, okay, I'm going to change now. So you have to die and reincarnate. Now we're doing multiple reincarnations in the same life. You're like completely reborn. Started with the masters always were in that space. Jesus, hello, it's like reborn, be reborn. I die daily, Paul says or John on whoever it is, on the island of Patmos writing Revelation. I think it's him. He's literally dying like a blank slate back to 0 point. And then there's a rebirth. It's been happening. So if you're going through major shifts in your persona, your personality, who you feel you are, I call it being multi-phrenic. You're not schizophrenic. Hell, fuck no. You're like buckshot, gunshot. You're multi-phrenic. I joke with friends and go, what was the last week like? About 1,000, 10,000 lifetimes, and me totally multi-phrenic, right? And it can change in a moment. What a difference a day makes. 24 little hours. Joy and I have been singing that because it's like one day I'm flowing. It feels pretty good. And then it's like, ugh. The suicide thing is actually what you would normally have the angel of death, just got it right now, Brian, is he would come in and go, he's a helper. He's like spiritual morph. All right, that's enough pain. Let's go, right? And so now that we're trying to rebirth ourselves in multiple incarnations because of the collapsing timelines, you'll have the feeling of, I don't want to fucking be here. Because you're approaching the end of a certain way you were. You were that way. Yeah, I asked the masters all the time, over the years. Is it okay to kill myself? I'll give you about 10 seconds of relief. Right? You'll be like, wow, oh fuck, it's almost still here. That's how it works. And they would tell me years ago, God said, there's no way around it, Tobias. There is a way through it. So, as we're these galactic pieces, you're in some village, on some planet in the Andromeda galaxy, and the reptilian, Star Trek and all that stuff, Stargate, it's all real. It's all totally real. And Earth is a particular new model. And we're creating gods on this planet. Not the only one, but there's very few planets around the galaxy that are where you can multi-access parts of yourself, like galactic soul retrievals. Other planets are like, we're totally reptilian, or we're totally angelic, or we're the blue light people, or we're the green little short guys, or we're the little men in robes, or, Earth is like a galactic melting pot. So therefore, we have the races too, the different races here, And so you are multi-incarnating if you're on the integration path. If you're not, you're just going to live out your life, and death will come and mercifully take you out of here. And if you're not going to be with the new Earth, this is my take on it, you're going to be lovingly placed on other planets that are still going through 3D right, wrong, knowledge of good and evil, domination, control, autocratic power, that stuff, ego power. But Mother Earth has kind of said, done, So as this is happening, you are literally, be patient with ourselves with this. Yeah, Brian, Brian, we hear you. We're all going through that, Yeah, look at anybody, artist. Who? What? Oscar Wilde? What? Who? Kurt Cobain? We're all feeling that shit. The best thing I've found is to ask God, love God, and at the same time go get God with you, mother, father, whoever, Jesus, call on Jesus directly, whoever, and ask for that grace, and then only when you're strong enough, go into the darkness. It's sort of like melting ice, really. So be patient with yourselves, feeling your galactic shitola. A good friend of mine, I know, he told me, well, I killed you in another life. He said I was a reptilian at the time, and we used to fight. And he said, I killed you, though. And I go, yeah, fuck you, But we're doing it with love now. See, what used to be mortal enemies, mortal combat, right? We're now seeing beyond those ancient polarities, like this versus that, male versus female, reptilians versus Pleiadians, that stuff. And the purging is intense, because you're purging galactic lifetimes of yourself, if you're here on Earth trying to heal and integrate. And they're doing it as lovingly as possible. Grace, soul. With grace and soul, and the sun, soul. Yeah. Totally. So offer yourself some patience and go, wow. No shit, I'm having these weird experiences, or wanting to go back to my own home planet where I was on vacation. But that's not what you're here for right now. If you're part of the new avant-garde experiment of trying to bring this back, so a personal practice is really important. Some connection practice. Because this world will kill you. The matrix will kill you. My kingdom is not of this world. It's what Jesus said. Meaning there's some serious fucking fear-mongering archonic control on the matrix. So some connection practice, whatever that is. I have to do in my inner body awakening, just feeling my inner body, feeling my energy body, because I have physical stuff manifesting. And then I feel so much lighter. I feel like air. I feel I'm literally dissolving the physical. But these compacted, just like you go to a massage therapist, they find the knots in you. Well, these are soul knots. These are energy body knots. And the pieces of us that we've rejected literally turn into golems or tulkus or demons, other pieces of energy. You know. And so if you set out saying, I'm going to clean my stuff out, woo, that stuff's going to show up. Now, if you just want to be on vacation at this time on Earth, it's getting harder and harder because the shit's coming down. Fire coming down. Epstein, they're going to pop. The whole satanic pedophile thing's going to pop. The curtain's going to be pulled back. We're going to see who's who behind the curtains. And it's the programming. I mean, the thing I loved about the Epstein case is now the universe got both sides together. Like the demon rats are like, "Ooh, we can get Trump. Maybe he was part of it, and finally get rid of him." So they're like, "Let's find out." And then the other side is like, "Well, let's get the Clintons finally and get them the fuck out of here. Get them what they deserve." So it's like the universe's way of getting the sides together, and the effect's going to be to expose whatever you believe that's going on. But there's many, many layers to it. Mossad, private dirt, and political control, and archonic stuff, and layers of this, and reptilian feeding, and energy feeding. Sure. So it's happening very, very fast. The revelation, the revelation that all things shall come to light. But the thing is, in us too, you can't just go, I want them to be exposed. Because these three fingers here are going to be, you're exposing yourself and your own shit and your own karma and your own history. Right? Everyone wants everyone else to get real to heal, but I just want to be a fucking computer, internet jockey and blame everyone else. But it's also our ancient stuff. And because Earth is a galactic melting pot, all that stuff's showing up. All that stuff's showing up. And be patient with it. Be patient with it. I used to push and go, we need to wake up now. But there's so much we're dealing with it. Ask for an elegant way for it to be orchestrated logistically, scheduled. Just trust the process. Trust your soul and the source for scheduling when you need to experience and deal with whatever certain stuff. All right, I'm going to go. Join me for the webcasts. I'm still doing that. TobiasLars.com webcasts on Sunday. The stream froze. I'm sorry, but that's a hint for me. I got to go too. Much love. Thanks for the contribution, whoever did that on the other one. And I'll catch up with you guys. Ciao.